clock is left to go in the football game. Tulane with the football at the LSU 30, 1st and 10. The Tigers only have one timeout remaining. They're 14 points down, and well, it looks like 25 years, John, of frustration for Tulane has come to an end tonight before a record-breaking crowd.
And the Tigers may be saying now, look out, there's a greenie in my closet. 1st down and 10 to go, Tulane at the LSU 30. Running play, up the middle goes Doug Bynum. He carries for 53 yards in this half, and he stopped here at the LSU 24-yard line. 1 minute, 25 seconds to play in the game. Tulane beating LSU for the first time since 1948. 25 years. And the Greenies deserve to win this game. They played the Tigers off their feet from start to almost the finish. A memorable night for Tulane football coach Benny Ellender, all of the Greenie fans, and the players. There's Bynum again, squeaking through to the 20-yard line, close for a 1st down. He's just outside the 20. Bynum is stopped by Cangelosi and Mike Pike. 52 seconds to play in the game. No hope for LSU. The Green Wave down at the LSU 20, and LSU's called another timeout. So timeout on the field here in New Orleans with the score, Tulane 14, LSU nothing. People are on their feet cheering the Tulane Green Wave as the Green Wave has played a big game. 14-0 ahead of the Tigers, and there goes Lassiter for the 1st down to the LSU 18. And there seems to be nothing the Tigers can do to stop the Green Wave. 47 seconds left to play in the game. And the people who've been able to get into this stadium tonight have watched a little football history. Two arch rivals, the Green Wave, humbled by the LSU Tigers without a victory over LSU since 1948. And the Green Wave is putting it on the Tigers in 1973. Steve Foley at quarterback. Cameron Gaston steps the ball to him, and it's a quarterback sneak for a couple of yards by Foley. 13 seconds to play in the game. There'll be no further plays, and I want you to hear the crowd as Tulane is beating LSU for the first time in 25 years. The Green Wave players are absolutely 1,000% ecstatic. Fans stream on the field and grab the Greenie players, and so it is a big victory for the Tulane Green Wave. The first victory by the Tulane team over LSU in 25 years. A memorable night for the players of both teams. But as we have mentioned, Tulane did not get the victory cheaply. The Tulane Green Wave has played the LSU Tiger juggernaut to a standstill and then some in posting a victory over the LSU Tigers by 14-0. And the players and the people are all over the field here at Tulane Stadium. And here's the additional cheer for the Greenie team as it streaks for the dressing room. Last year, Tulane's team came very close to losing 9-3. And maybe that should have been the indicator. It was, as things turned out. LSU came into this game knowing what the Green Wave team had, knowing that the Green Wave team had a lot of talent, and the LSU team never could get on track against the Tulane defensive unit in this ball game tonight, and constantly on 3rd down plays. Mike Miley and later Billy Broussard were thrown down for big losses on possession downs, plays the Tigers of LSU really needed. And then Doug Bynum went 53 to set up a touchdown. Following his run, Lassiter scored from a yard out, and all of that action followed a 37-yard touchdown pass from Terry Looney, the spark plug of the team offensively, I thought, tonight, to Darwin Willie in the end zone as he maneuvered himself behind two LSU defenders. But it's been a big night, and it's been a great pleasure to be among the 86,000 plus watching the game, and they're trying to pull down the goalpost here at Tulane Stadium. The Tiger fans are quiet at the other end of the field, but the Tulane people are just not quitting. They don't know what to do. Their team has won over LSU for the first time in 25 years, and they deserve to have the big night, and that's what the Greenies have had. More comments from Walter and Pat. That's the end of the game here at New Orleans with the score, the final score, Tulane 14, LSU nothing.
It was strictly motivation.
Well, the night belonged to Tulane Green Wave, and deservedly so. I don't think we'll ever see a more classic example of a football game hinged on the fact that one football team just wanted it much more than the other club. And tonight, I think it was very evident to everybody here in Tulane Stadium that this ball game just meant more to the Tulane Greenies than it did to the LSU Tigers. I believe the Tigers just have been a little too fat too long, and it's not meant as a criticism of the LSU team, but it's just difficult to motivate a football team when they have not lost to an opposing club in 24 years. But that's not by way of an excuse. That's not by way of any deriding the Tulane victory. Tulane won tonight and won convincingly, and they deserve to. And I can't help but reflect on the fact, Walter, that this will probably be the last LSU-Tulane football game in old Tulane Stadium, because the next time the Tigers come to town, more than likely, the Superdome will be built, and that's where the contest will be held.
Well, there have been a lot of great games played here. There have been a few one-sided ones, a few real close ones, and we've had some tremendous battles like we have tonight. And I'll tell you, these Tulane fans are really aesthetic. And I guess this bears out the comment that Coach McClendon made to me on the steps of Broussard Hall prior to leaving Baton Rouge this afternoon. He says, those people are mad. They have something to play for. He says, we have our pride.
And I tell you, I think the Tigers played with pride near the end of the football game, but Walter, it's just almost impossible to overcome a football team, a good football team, who is as highly motivated as this Tulane team was tonight. And I think if there was ever any doubt, or if there was any doubt last year, this LSU-Tulane series is alive again.
is alive and it's well, and it's, although a very big disappointment for Tiger fans this year, nonetheless, it's been another winning year. And, of course, it could really go out on a big note with a big victory against Penn State on the night of January the 1st. John, I think you wanted to say something.
I did. With these two teams ending up with 9-2, and the rivalry, as Pat has indicated, alive again, I would like personally, Walter, to thank you and you too, Pat Screen, for your very excellent efforts in broadcasting the LSU games again this year, and to our engineer, Tom Stevens, and our broadcast assistant, Don Kennard, during the year. It's been a very fine, exciting year for all of us, and I want you men to know that I appreciate your cooperation and your efforts, and it's been a great year to be with all of you. And even though the LSU Tigers lose to Tulane for the first time in 25 years, I still have to say it's been exciting right down to the wire.
It has been that. It's been a great year, even though it does end on a rather dismal note tonight. Nonetheless, it could really get the new year off real great with a fine win over Penn State if they can pull it off the night of January 1st. Once again, the final score, Tulane 14, LSU nothing. For John Ferguson and Pat Screen, this is Walter Hill saying good night from Sugar Bowl Stadium in New Orleans. This is the LSU Football Network.